What I am going to get into is our amazing guest. We've actually had him on the line for the last 10 minutes, and he's been a absolute gem. You know what's awesome about this interview is that I actually don't know a whole lot about Joe, and I'm sure he doesn't know a whole lot about me. But those are some of the best interviews because we're going to go into it right now, unhinged.
We're gonna learn a lot.
We're going to learn a lot. Everybody, I want to welcome Powerhouse Shredder, Pacific Northwest own Joe Kyle from the Folly. What is up, Joe?
What's up, man? How you doing? Thanks for having me.
Dude, I'm happy to have you, man. We're becoming friends live on air for the
Love
millions
that.
of people tuning in right now. Actually, it's only like 300,000, but who's counting?
You know,
It's not 300,000, but it's close.
If it's
we
three,
got the big
I'm
numbers,
happy.
Joe.
If it's
We got Joe Rogan sweating.
Yeah, we got Joe Rogan sweating over here. We got Joe Rogan numbers. No, I'm kidding. Dude, super stoked to have you on the line, dude. Definitely want to get to know a lot about you, man. I know The Fall is an awesome band, dude. We're gonna get more into that, dude. But dude, tell me a little bit about yourself, man. I know you play guitar, but tell me a little bit for the people out there that don't know you. Just maybe a quick introduction, and then I'll get to the gushy stuff.
Yeah, the Gushies. Okay, yeah. My name's Joe Kyle. I've been playing in the Folly in the Pacific Northwest for about 10 years now. We've kind of gone through members and stuff, but I stick to the nice, greasy, stinky clubs up and down the I-5 circuit. We're doing lots of fun stuff, and that's kind of me. I'm the guitar player, singer, and sort of songwriter. So that's my role in the band. But yeah, dude, I'm excited to get into all the gushy stuff with you. And again, thank you both for having me. And this is going to be good for the band. And also, thank you for what you do with the scene. And like, because I watch you, I've seen your stuff online and like the metal, the what is it? What's the concert that you do? The
Medford Metal Fest.
Yeah, Medford Metal Fest. That's rad. You guys have been doing that for a while, so I'm honored to be on with you guys.
Well, thanks for being on the show, man.
Hey,
I'm stoked to have
Hey,
you.
the honor's us, man. You know, I always say, dude, it's like we're all chasing we're all in the same dream, dude, you know. We're all eating off the same plate over here, man. We all love music and but the thing, you know what, dude? You know, you were talking about how you've been in the scene for about a decade now. You've been, you're a singer, you play guitar, you write and all that, dude. Like tell me like the first time you ever got inspired to play music, dude, when you were younger, you know?
Oh
a
wow.
lot of people a lot of people get into like an album that somebody introduced them. Maybe there's like a person in the family that played music. Like where where did your love for music come from? Like not just your love for it, but like when it really struck a chord with you.
Yeah, I was at an early age. I was probably 4 or 5. I was playing drums on the pots and pans in the kitchen, breaking spoons on the pots and pans. But my grandpa played, and he kind of got me into the guitar because he was an avid garage sailor. So like I had this old crappy acoustic guitar on the end of the couch at his house, and every time I would come over there for like Christmas, I'd be like, "Oh, can I play your guitar?" And it was like just a crappy little dreadnought guitar, but I forced myself after for years to learn how to play that thing and actually make it sound halfway not shitty, so or not crappy. So
So
Oh
dude,
yeah.
yeah, but you got to dig a little deeper. You started playing the guitar and everything. But if you were playing the guitar, like who was your first hero? That because I feel like everybody was like they have that
Influence.
inspiration, that influence to play and all that. But I feel like there's always
There's a cause to that.
there's always something that struck a chord, a real somebody that like kind of pushed you
I've got
like
several.
what made you actually become a musician apart from just being a fan?
Let's see. I think, the 90s rock scene with like Primus and Soundgarden and
Yeah.
Alice in Chains. I'm kind of a rocky metal, grungy metal type of guy. So yeah, more the 90s grunge scene, I think. That's kind of where, I'm 40 now, so that's about the time. So
Okay.
I don't know, like a Kurt Cobain as Chris Cornell songwriter type, I'm definitely putting more angst and stuff and more metal into the music now, but I think I was more of a grunge kid back then. That's really what got me started.
Dude, that's
I can dig it.
I like it. I
Pacific
like it, dude.
Northwesty.
So,
Check this out.
have you always been in bands before the Folly leading up to this? Because I know you said with the Folly that you were interchanging members, but you always kept it like the same concept. Like do you remember like your first band? And also with the Folly, was this like your original idea for a band?
I've been in a couple bands, at various positions, drums, guitar, bass, and just crappy noise making stuff in high school that we were just figuring it out, But I think the Folly's been my biggest passion project. I was in a band in the early 2000s called KTR. We put out a couple album or an album and did some festival type shows and stuff. So I've been kind of in the production side too lately.
Dude, that's freaking awesome, man. It just sounds like you're super busy with all the music and everything, and that um what is one thing that you're going to be doing with the Folly this year that you want to do different than the years past?
Less live shows. We tend to pick up a ton of shows. So we're like that go-to fill-in band for like a Dante's or a John Henry's or a Twilight. And I think we're going to be doing a little bit less of those and focus more on recording and doing some live stream stuff to kind of make it more accessible to everybody. Because shows are expensive and they're fun, but you got to move gear, you got to pack up, you got to find parking. So we're going to try to do more stuff online. It's kind of been a long time coming. We're kind of old dogs, so it's hard to teach old dogs new tricks with the online stuff.
Nah, you got it, man. We're not that old. If we tell ourselves we're old, then we're old. I realize that's the trick,
Yeah.
because I put on like I recently just like put on like a Hawaiian shirt and it was like a total dad shirt, and then I like looked at myself in the mirror and I'm like, whoa, dude, like I could pass for like 20 years older right now than I'm a father,
Yeah, I
you
see
know?
you have a kid. Yeah, I'm a dad too, so it's hard to
Yeah.
get out of the dad mode and be like, okay, I gotta do the fun 20-year-old stuff again. So it is nice.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. It's like you kind of like when you're trying to switch into different modes. It's almost like you're trying to switch into like I used to be cool mode. You're like, all
I was
right.
never cool. I think that's why I like music so much because that gave me something to do and like friends and
Yeah,
stuff. 'Cause I was
yeah,
never the cool kid, you know what I mean? We're all a bunch of nerds, really, when it
yeah. That's true.
comes down to it.
No, I dig it. I dig it. No, just because like sometimes if I go out with my kid, I'm always like in like a dad outfit and like I'm always with like the backpack full of stuff and like
Cargo shorts,
everything. Yeah, exactly.
knee high.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like it's funny then when you go out and to be a musician, you're just like best on, yeah.
Well, and that's kind of funny because that's kind of with the Folly is like we all look like we've all got the dad bods going on. We all look like normal dudes. We don't really look like crazy death metal heads or anything. And then we go out and we kill, and people are like, oh my god, you guys look so normal. I can't believe all that came from you guys.
It looks so
We're like the
normal.
sleeper. Yeah, we're like the Cadillac of rock and roll because like you don't think we have a good engine, but like we can wail just by
Dude,
looking at this. We got the cargo shorts and the dad bods.
dude, I love it. I love it. So, dude, you being a part of the Portland scene and all that, dude, like what are some of your most memorable shows you've ever had there, dude?
Oh,
That you think maybe like pushed like you ever had like one of those shows that like you felt pushed the band in a
yeah.
direction that was positive where you're just like you felt stronger because you learned from it, but also it was a big opportunity that you nailed.
Yeah, I think just breaking into the Portland scene is a big milestone because some bands can't really get on the circuit of the bigger clubs. Like I like playing like Dante's and Twilight and stuff, but we couldn't always get those gigs. So like it's kind of a proud moment when we can say that we've cut our teeth at all the other kind of fringe bars that are all in the suburb area, and now we're playing like the bigger clubs with the nice sound system and stuff. So I think that's really the point where like it's not that I've made it, but it's like that's far enough. Like this is fun, this is cool. I got somebody to mix the sound, and I'm not like I don't have to lug my own PA to this show in some guy's bar.
In there.
You were talking about, you've been playing music for a long time. Like, what is one thing you could tell yourself when you first started this band that you know now? What would be the advice you'd give yourself? And this advice would probably help a lot of people.
Oh man. Um, Stick true to yourself. I'm gonna get sappy a little bit. I could say like get a small amp or something like that, but stick true to like what your sound is and like really being able to like find your own sound. And like not don't worry about fitting in a genre so much. Don't pigeonhole yourself, just find your own sound, do your own thing. Have
I
fun.
like it, dude.
Yeah, be creative, have fun with it. And like that's been the coolest thing about being a musician and like meeting people and just creating like even content sometimes is can be fun. Like designing posters and like feeling the vibe of a song. Like just really like if you immerse yourself in it the most, that's like the creative juice, like that's the good stuff. Those are the nuggets that you'll remember.
Dude, that no, yeah, no, I totally agree, dude. And um, yeah, I would literally, yeah, I would tell my younger self too, just be like, dude, just yeah, have fun with it 100%, dude. Like, don't ever take it seriously. Like, if music is hurting you in any way, you got to slow down and reflect, on why it's doing it in the first place. Because, I was talking to somebody earlier how like a lot of stuff in our brains is self-inflicted.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
So it's like don't put pressure on yourself, have fun, be true to yourself, and just like you said.
Yeah,
So
yeah, and define success in a way that is attainable, and set those goals that are attainable, and don't just try to, you know, just be active, and set goals that are actually attainable, and then you like look back over the years and you've like, wow, I've made so much progress because I've hit
yeah.
attainable goals. Aim low is what I'm saying.
So dude, I know at the end of the interview we're gonna play the song "Close Enough to Feel," but we're gonna get into the portion of the interview. We're just gonna ask you like a bunch of fun questions. You down with that?
I'm down. I'm
All
kind
right,
of
dude.
I'm grilled. I just should have prepared.
Huh?
I said you're
Oh,
grilling me. I should have prepared more.
oh, you're good.
That's good.
No, you're good. Hey,
No,
hey,
I'm
we're
just
all
messing with you.
flowing, man. This is like podcast style, bro.
Yeah,
Like so.
is it like a speed
Joking.
round? Do I have a
What's
time?
up?
Is it a speed round? Do I have like a time limit to answer the questions? Is like the
No, no, but you can answer them however you want, dude.
all
You know
right.
what I mean?
Can't call a friend.
Yeah. All right, dude. Like if you could choose three bands, your dream lineup, and not restricted by genre, who would be the three artists or bands that you tour with?
Oh geez. I'm really digging like Queens of the Stone Age right now. Like that's a cool band.
Yeah, they're awesome.
Kind of with the '90s vibe. I don't know. Like that's a hard one. I'm gonna have to pass the other two because maybe like I'll just give the one the one Queens of the Stone Age, I guess. But that's
Hey, you could be direct support, dude.
yeah. I'll just stop it there. Like say some,
All right. All right. What is one genre of music that you listen to that is furthest away from the folly?
ooh, probably like meditation, classical Indian, like zone out time. Yeah,
Okay. I like it. I like it.
yeah.
Be completely biased. Who do you think is the best band on the planet?
Oh
And
shit.
and you can't say it's a hard one because there is a band out there you listen to the most, and they may not be your favorite, but you listen to the like I watch a lot of Trailer Park Boys. It isn't necessarily my favorite show, but I've watched a lot of it.
Right, right, right. Oh, that's hard. I kind of I watch a lot of music and stuff. So, best band.
Who's your clean cut favorite?
I think my own band. I hate to say it, but the Folly because like I put so much blood, sweat, and tears into that band, like to nurture it along. Like that's my passion project. So, and in reality, that's the band I'd listen to the most because I'm always mixing, I'm always mastering, writing songs and stuff. So, unfortunately, it's my own.
No, hey, it's all good, dude. Hey, Gene Simmons' favorite band is Kiss, so don't even worry about it,
Oh, I forgot.
right?
I should have said Kiss. Ah, no, just kidding.
I wouldn't doubt that one bit that he's his own favorite
I'm sure that's a
bassist.
pretty common answer. How many times have you got that answer?
um, I think you're the first out of
Nice.
almost 400.
Good. I'm
So
not be selfish a little bit.
no, I love it, dude. I love it. No, I think maybe George Lynch said he liked his music. No, I don't quote me, George.
Dude,
Sure.
to be honest with you, I'm not out there listening to a ton of music. I do, I have my playlists and stuff that I cycle through, and my weird like country stuff or my weird other
Yeah.
stuff. I'm like, I'm so there's it's such a time consuming habit to go out and like discover bands. It's an infinite resource that you could never discover all the music out there. So it's that's a hard question.
No, no, no. I dig it, dude. There is a
So many local bands and so many different scenes, it's just it's crazy amount of music out there online and stuff right now.
no. I dig it, dude. I listen to about 40 bands a week.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, but also I do radio, so it's it comes with it.
Right?
But no, I dig it, dude. I'm still super nostalgic with the music I grew up. Like I've rebought the same CD like 8 times.
Yep.
Like I can't tell you how many Trivium CDs I bought, how many Bullet CDs I bought, how many Avenged Sevenfold CDs I bought. Like I'm about to buy another Jimmy the Eat World album that I just scratched again. You know. So no, I dig it. I dig it. All right, next question, dude. In a zombie apocalypse, you can pick any weapon to destroy the zombie horde. It can't be the cure or a nuke. What is your one weapon?
Ooh, zombie weapon. I think the baseball bat with the skill saw blade. That seems sharp yet, you know, not not like too hard, too heavy to carry around. So it's like mobile. You don't have
Okay.
I can dig that.
yeah, you don't have to reload any ammo or anything. You're just kind of cruising.
Okay.
I like it. All right, so
I actually have one. That's why I said that. I
oh,
built
I
one.
like it. I like
They're
it.
fun.
now I'm intrigued.
Yeah, like
Go for
I
it.
should have had it with me. I did build it. It's fun.
If you're planning your own death in a horror movie, you can pick any horror movie, famous killer to do the deed. Who do you pick and how do they do it?
This is a good one. Let's see horror movies. I'm gonna say something like American Psycho, listening to some 80s music, Christian Bale.
You like Huey Lewis in the news?
Yeah, yeah, Huey Lewis in the news. Yeah.
I like it. I
That's
don't
my
think we've
Huey
heard that one
Lewis
before.
news. And only by like not strangulation or anything, but just the like 20 days of just that starvation.
I like it. I like it. What is one movie that makes you cry?
One movie that makes me cry.
My dog Skip for me. My dog Skip makes me cry. Turner and Hooch.
I saw a
We're
good
Hooch
one.
guys.
Right, Peanut Butter Falcon was a good one. I was like, oh
Oh, dude. Are
yeah,
you talking about like when Shia got hit with the bat over his head or
yes.
whatever?
I was like, oh man, it's just oh yeah. Or let's see, what is another one? Fundamentals of Caring. That was a good one. That made
Oh,
me
okay.
yeah.
I'm having a brain fart with that movie they put out about the Von Erichs.
Funny.
The Iron Claw. Yeah, the
Oh,
Iron Claw
okay.
made me tear up.
Deliberate to be through it. That's funny. That's funny. What is if you could describe your spirit animal in three animals, what three animals would you pick? You guys are funny.
Let's say maybe Bigfoot, a llama, and like a German Shepherd.
I like it. I like it. All right.
Loma German Shepherd. I like that.
All right. All right. This one just came to my head. If you could have dinner with three people in history, dead or alive, celebrity, historian, some symbolic or biblical figure, or amazing, or a musician that passed away. If you could have dinner with three people in existence, or non-existence, who would you pick?
Uh, let's say King Tut. Let's say like Buzz Aldrin. He seems like a crazy dude.
Okay.
And then maybe like Les Claypool. Let's throw that in there.
Oh, dude, that'd be wild, dude. That'd be a wild conversation.
That's a wild table for three.
Yeah. Yeah, I think last night I got asked that question and I was like, I'd like to hang out with Robin Williams, Jesus, and Borat.
That's a good
Just
one. Borat, like the character, right? Not
yeah,
Sasha.
the character. Yeah,
Yeah,
him with
that's
Jesus
cool.
and Robin Williams would be wicked.
That's pretty good. I like it.
Yeah.
Robert Williams, that's a solid. Maybe eight like Jim Carrey would be fun too.
Yeah, Jim Carrey would be dope. All right, all right.
Changing
What
mind
is
Jim Carrey from King Tut.
oh, okay, there you go. All right, what's the biggest fail you've ever had on stage, touring or being on stage, like where power goes out, somebody gets in a fight, somebody got too drunk, a string broke, you forgot your lyrics. What
Uh,
is like the biggest catastrophe of a show you've ever been a part of?
well, that's the thing. There's never been a fight at my show except for like after the show. I always break a string and I always forget the lyrics, so that's pretty common. I would say kind of putting my foot in my mouth, when I was younger, just being stupid with the microphone, like not saying the right thing.
Okay. Hey,
Embarrassing.
that happens.
Like just right, like right now, it's the same thing.
Oh no, hey, it comes with putting yourself out there, it comes with the territory,
Absolutely.
So Mr. Joe, before I let you go, to all the people out there that have never heard of the Folly, how would you explain your band and also explain the song we're going to talk about? Well, not talk about, play after this interview, Close Enough to Feel.
I think we're definitely not pigeonholed into a genre. Um, we are we have a lot of dark humor, so that's fun if you like read the lyrics and like try to find the references. And then listen to our music and then try to relate it to other music that you're hearing out there. We try to kind of like pull from different inspiration.
Okay.
Yeah, and then what was the other part of that?
Oh,
I was a
we're
two
gonna
parter.
play Close Enough to Feel right after this interview.
Yes,
Tell
yes.
the listeners a little bit about the song.
Yeah, we recorded that at Wavelength Studio in 23. That's here in Salem with Jason Carter. So we recorded that, and my drummer in that was actually originally the drummer in the band back in the day, like 2010 or so. And then he moved to bass guitar, and then he moved to guitar and vocals, and then the lineup changed again. And he just had gotten back to being the drummer in the Folly when we recorded that track. So it was kind of like an around the world trip for my drummer. But we had a lot of good fun recording that one, and it's a pretty dope song, I think. Listen to the lyrics. Check it out.
Sweet, dude. Sweet. Joe, thank you so much for being on the Metal Mixtape. For anybody who missed this interview, it will be on tomorrow. Joe, where can people find the Folly?
At the Folly 503 on Instagram, TikTok, all those online places, or at the next Folly show, maybe down in Medford one of these days.
Nice. When is your next Folly show, by the way?
We don't have one booked right now, but we're recording at Wrong Records in Silverton tomorrow, and you could probably find us at like John Henry's or Dante's or Twilight Cafe or one of those good places.
Sweet. Thank you, dude. Awesome.
Thank
Everybody
you. Yeah.
listening to KSKQ and Ashland and Medford, we're talking to Joe, Kyle from The Folly. We're going to be playing their song Close Enough to Feel right after this. Joe, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart for
Take
making
care,
time on
dude.
the Metal Mixtape.
Thank you.
This was a super short notice interview, and we made it happen. Rock and roll. Much love. We are now friends. If I see you in public and I try to give you a hug, don't you dare deny me.
Oh, never. Thanks
All
again. Appreciate it.
right, brother. I'll talk to you.